EA Sports, and the PGA Tour so proud to present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. From Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, and TPC Sawgrass, live final round coverage of the Sawgrass Invitational. It is the great challenge that all these golfers face, trying to string 4 solid rounds together, trying to best Mother Nature and this course, and trying to beat the entire field as we check the leaderboard. Our leader here on this Sunday is our featured golfer. He's got a sizable advantage here as he looks to increase it further. This starting toward the right side.
Opening tee shot, doesn't quite find the fairway, but that's the first cut.
So no real problems here with the lie. It's his second from that first cut. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. And that reasonably well done there. He'll have that first par.
These short chips can get a little squirrely if you don't get them just right. And seeing I'm in the mood for grading, I give it a B+.
We move now to the 532-yard par 5 second here at TPC Sawgrass. Reachable into if you can drive the ball accurately. Dense trees flanking both sides of the fairway. And beware of that lateral water hazard on the right. The missed fairway at one didn't hurt him, but this, a much better tee shot as he is safely in the fairway. Well within range from here, a second now to the par 5.
This par 5 green is well protected. That's 2 good shots, but that bunker's there for a reason. Now, with some nifty sand play, we're looking at 4.
So he'll dig in here as he readies his third to this par 5. Yeah, big explosion. Got it to stop quickly, and that will be a birdie opportunity coming up. Okay, no problems there. Finishing off a birdie at number 2. And he's going to move to 30 under par. Setting up for the third hole here at TPC Sawgrass. Relatively short par 3 at 177 yards.
But you've got to carry that ball at least 4 or 5 yards onto this green, even when it's firm.
That was obviously well struck, but it came in a little too hot, and that one's going to run out and leave him a much longer birdie putt than he would have hoped for. Just 5 feet left. Nicely done. It is a par here at the third, and he'll remain well in control of this tournament. So much focus here, Frank, on 16, 17, and 18. Number 4 is a hole that gets overlooked, but it's a fun one.
Yeah, the second shot here is more daunting, especially when that flag's on the left. So you really do start looking at that blue stuff, water. That's a whopper of a tee shot. Couple more bounces. Oh, just in the first cut.
Okay, a little left to do, but safely on the green. We turn to Nota Begay III for this look at birdie.
And he may have to play a little right to left break here, just because it's a downhill putt, but it shouldn't be that much.
Hang on. That's going to leave about 3 feet. Okay, that one finished off. It's a par here at 4. And that's going to keep this large lead right where it is. Frank, how about this par 4 fifth?
I lost count the number of bunkers here, off the tee and sort of in play with the second shot if you're in trouble, or even the one that's sort of left and long. Really good par 4 though. Fairway somehow has to be achieved if you want to reduce this par 4 to just a simple 2-shotter.
This up the right side off the tee.
Well, it's a nice break. Much rather prefer the first cut in the rough. And with that ball sitting up, the only thing I've got to worry about is width. Yeah, it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
14 feet to the hole. Nope. That one finished off. It is a par here at 5. And he's going to maintain that substantial lead. On now to the 6th, the hole that Pete Dye called the most beautiful hole at TPC Sawgrass. It's a par 4 at 393 yards. The water is self-evident left, framed by a long bunker that shapes the left side of the fairway. Up near the green, precision's important as there are no fewer than 7 bunkers of various sizes waiting to swallow up errant approach shots. Oh, he's pulled it. That is into the rough, and there could be some definite palm tree danger over there between where that ball stopped and the green. Ball sitting okay here for his second here at the 6th.
I can't believe what I just saw. What a break, and now what a shot.
A 5-footer now for birdie. Okay, nicely played. That's in for birdie here at 6. And that score continues to impress. He is now at 31 under par. Frank, what do you think of the 7th?
Interesting par 4 for two reasons. The undulating green on the end of the hole that also shapes to the right, that makes it look like a dogleg right. But really, you want to play that tee shot just inside those pot bunkers down the right side.
Nope, that wasn't the right line, and he'll pay the price as this ball gonna run off the fairway and into the bunker.
The late, great Bobby Jones always said the hardest shot in golf is the next one. And that's evidence there in that bunker. All you can do is just simply get it out.
That one finished off. It'll be a par here at 7. And he'll remain well under par. Frank, this is a hole that I really like. The 8th, 237-yard par 3, just a necklace of bunkers surrounding the green. What's the best approach?
Well, you come out through that chute or that hallway of trees there, and this being the longest of the 4 par 3s at TPC Sawgrass, the green actually plays much smaller than what it looks because of that narrow entry.
And that one gonna wind up smack dab in the middle of the green. Well, Iona's had a good look. Now this for birdie.
Well, they often say it's the toughest putt in golf. There's not a lot to it. I think you can take dead aim.
Frank, that's what you want to do. Good lag putt.
Yeah, they can't all go in.
Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll be unable to take that score any further under par. He'll stay right where he is. Frank, now at the 9th, this really is one of my favorite par 5s in the entire sport.
And I certainly enjoy watching people play it today, Rich. It used to be unreachable, but the longer hitters now, we're starting to see them go for this par 5 regularly in 2. And the reason why they start to hit the drive more down the right now than what they used to. People used to try and go down the left side. The right side, it hugs the water, but you get a better view of the second shot.
Just what you want at this point in the round. You're trying to find a rhythm, hit fairways, hit the middle of the club face. That's what they did right there.
Two solid shots at the par 5 and found the green side bunker. Lie looks good. Now, just needed a good bunker shot.
Yeah, big explosion. Got it to stop quickly, and that will be a birdie opportunity coming up. Nothing to it. Well done. It's a birdie here at the 9th, and that's going to be a 3 under 33 on this front side. Frank, now on to the 10th at Sawgrass.
A fairly straight par 4, but that's not the way to play it. You really want to go to the right, well away from the fairway bunker that runs all the way down the left side. That turns it into a little bit of a dogleg left. Then you're going to come across that front bunker into a green that, well, is anything other than flat.
Boy, tough to do a whole lot better than that. That ball right down the middle. From the fairway nota, this is second.
158 yards left to the hole. Coming off a birdie at the previous hole, looking to go back to back.
That's got to be disappointing. Good line in the fairway, and the approach winds up in the bunker. Line may have been a little more sunken in than we had thought, but all in all, not a bad shot out of the bunker. Safely in. It's a par here at the 10th. And pars are fine at this point with this tournament well in hand. All right, hole number 11 here at the TPC Sawgrass, 558-yard, par 5, no shortage of options, no shortage of hazards, Frank.
If there's one hole at TPC Sawgrass where you can literally leap out of your shoes, this is it.
Boy, the rhythm is definitely there today. Another wonderful tee shot. Now, after the big drive, this a good distance here for a second to the par 5.
That second shot got all the way down by the green, but in the bunker. So we'll have to see what the explosion shot can do from here. Really need a birdie right now.
Okay, a good out, and that's what will remain for birdie. This from about 10 feet. Oh, yes, indeed. The line there, perfect. It is in for a birdie. And it is looking more and more like it's going to be back-to-back wins in this tournament. Frank, what's so much fun about TPC Sawgrass is the excitement that it generates for a fan and how many different holes there are. 12 is a good example.
Yeah, 12 looks like it's fresh from Scotland. You can see why Pete Dye spent a lot of time over there. Tee shot looks straight away, but the second shot is blind. The shot you'd get in Scotland with a wedge where you just see the top of the flagstick and you've got to really guesstimate on the yardage that you have. But a good wedge shot and someone that can judge their distance, this is certainly a birdie hole. It might be in the rough, but that was absolutely crushed.
Nicely done. 2 straight birdies here early on this backside. And stop the presses if you've heard this before. He's well on his way to yet another victory on the year. Frank, 17 gets so much attention here at the TPC Sawgrass, but 13 par 3 is exciting in its own right.
It is, and it's actually more difficult than 17. One of the reasons it's longer, and also the green here. 17 obviously has two sections in it, front and top. This has, I don't think there's a flat piece on it. And every now and again we watch a ball roll all over the screen and actually find the cup for the odd ace.
yeah, nice shot there, right of the hole, and he'll have that for his birdie. Now this for another birdie. Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. Okay, safely in for par here at 13. And he'll remain well under par. Frank, the 14th hole. A lot has happened here over the years.
I think it's the litmus test on the back nine. That's where things really start to heat up. It looks like a straightforward tee shot, but often the eyes wander to that water down the left side. And of course, if you think about that, you invariably fire the ball towards the right, where those hillocks and thick rough is, and virtually no chance of reaching the par 4 and 2.
This one's starting a little bit right.
Oh, talk about a friendly kick. I never got those. It could have stayed in the rough for the same price.
Breeze at his back shoulder as he lines up his second from the fairway.
No, it's a decent-sized green. It's not bad, just a little past the hole.
That one just gonna sneak on by. No issues there. It is a par here at 14. And he'll be unable to take that score any further under par. He'll stay right where he is. Just before we get to what they call the gauntlet, 16, 17, and 18, 15 requires all of your attention, doesn't it, Frank?
Personally, I think this is the prettiest hole on the golf course, Rich. I've actually often gone back there and taken pictures. Just a gentle dogleg to the right. You come out of the chute, seems to be a generous fairway. You just get a little view of the bunker down the right side, but virtually there's no lip there, so that's not a concern. The green, all sorts of weird and wonderful waves on it, well protected by a big bunker on the left, and there's two little pop bunkers out on the right that, well, if you're first time around, you might notice. You'd think he'd be good at bunker shots. He's been in so many today.
Might want to take a shovel with him.
Not the best shot we've seen today, but when you consider that was set out of the fairway bunker, it certainly gets a pass grade.
Chance now for another birdie.
Well, he's had great conversion on putts like this. Even when he's not close to the hole, he's left himself with very makeable opportunities.
Nah, that's going to wander off to the right and leave maybe 2-3 feet coming back. Okay, a solid par here at the 15th. And he'll remain well under par. Now to the par 5 16th, 523 yards. And the key here, besides the obvious, good drive, solid second shot, is to not look too far ahead. But that's easier said than done, because as you get to that second shot, you can plainly see what's ahead, and that is the famous par 3 17th and the water to the right. From the pine straw now, his second.
Impressive to get the power on that second shot into the par 5 and comfortably get it up here by the green. I know it's in that greenside bunker, but that is very doable.
Pretty good. All that remains for a birdie 4. Well played there, a birdie here at 16. And this is no longer a contest, folks. This one is all over but the shout. Well, there's a moment every year, unlike any in golf. At 17, the shot is struck, and for a few nervous seconds, the ball, and oftentimes all your hopes, hanging suspended in midair, wet or dry, victory or catastrophe. Sometimes it's that simple at 17. Okay, didn't want to risk trying to fly it to that back right hole location, so a downhill putt coming up from the back portion of this island green. Now this for another birdie. Got it there, but not quite on target. No problems there. That's a par here at 17. And he'll be unable to take that score any further under par. He'll stay right where he is. Now to the 18th hole here at TPC Sawgrass, 462-yard par 4, Frank, and another example of visual intimidation from the designer, Pete Dye.
Those wooden bulkheads that go all the way down the left side of 18 give you like an optical illusion, Rich. And there's not a single fairway bunker on the right to give you something specifically to aim at. So you've got to fixate on one of those trees. This is not a hole where you want to be looking at anything other than a specific target.
Yes, step one out of the way. It is in the fairway at 18. One more good approach shot could just about seal it. Second shot now, it has to be careful because that breeze can be tricky at his back. You don't want to overclub.
A little further right, a little further up. That would have been close.
That's going to scoot a foot or two by. Yes, what a final round this was, from being on the outside looking in to a big lead. As we'll watch and wait, but this certainly must feel like this will be a victory. And that does it for us here at TPC Sawgrass. Great day, Frank.
Yeah, a chance for the players to play one of the golf courses that has become so famous over the last 25 to 30 years.
For my partner Frank Nobilo and our entire team, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long from the TPC Sawgrass and EA Sports.